what people don't realize about drop shipping is like once you find one product, that could really like secure your income for like 6 to 12 months if you don't know what you're doing. So like the bracelet sold for like 4 months. I didn't know what I was doing. But like with what I know now, I probably could have made that product last like a year or maybe
Mm.
2 years.
What's happening, good people? Welcome to another episode of First Generation Wealth Builders, man. Today I got a special guest, somebody who we should all be learning from as a lot of businesses are transitioning from the traditional style of doing business to e-commerce, man. So I got my guy, Will, in the building with me, man. What's happening,
What's
buddy?
good, Eric? It's nice
Not
being
much,
here.
not much. So, man, just to give people, the back end story of us, we met at a mastermind.
Right.
And so something that people should take away from that is that, you got to get in the room, man. And you could always find your business partner. You can, broker a deal with somebody in the room. So we here. We here, and I appreciate you coming through, brother.
Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, that was actually like my first like high like paid mastermind I ever went to.
Got you. How much
And
did you pay?
it was like $7,000 to go.
Yeah.
And just through that mastermind, I've made like very meaningful connections. Aaron, he runs like my Facebook ads, and then
Dope.
Rocky, he lives in Atlanta now too. Used to live in Charlotte, and
Yeah.
we're good friends as well. But it's like you said, somewhere where you go to meet like-minded people that are just as about it as you are,
No
because
doubt.
they're investing in themselves at a high level.
No doubt. Big ups to Aaron Ball. He was on the podcast too. I don't know if you
Oh,
saw
for real?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were actually here in Atlanta, but we was just at Airbnb where
Okay.
we recorded him, and he gets down on the ass for a lot of us, man. So, man, for those who don't know, who is William and what do you do?
Yeah, so William, I'm 22 years old. Last name's Rivera. I run an e-commerce business. So I do Shopify dropshipping. If you don't know what Shopify dropshipping is, it's basically when you sell products online, but you don't actually hold any inventory. So just to give you like a quick example, it's if like, let's say we were selling a makeup brush on our website for $20. We're not actually buying that makeup brush until it actually sells on our site. So the customer comes to our site, purchases that product from us. That money is then deposited into our bank account, and then we take the customer's money and purchase that product from our third-party supplier, and our supplier ships it to our customers. So you never touch, see, or ship the product. That's one form of e-commerce that I teach. That's actually what I got started with when I was 19 years old, fresh out of college, dropped out like my half a semester through college. And I was working at LA Fitness, and I only had like $400 to my name.
Mm.
And that was the only like making money online type of business that I saw that I could do with such like low capital to start. And that's actually how I made my first $100,000 online at the
Mm.
age of 19. And
Gotcha. How old are
then
you right now?
now I'm 22.
Got you.
So it hasn't even
Young
really,
boy.
yeah, it hasn't really been that long.
Young
But
boy.
4 years feels like a long time to me though. But now I recently got into Amazon, so I teach that as well. And Amazon is real interesting too, because a lot of people think that you have to create like a crazy brand or you have to invent some revolutionary product to make a lot of money online. But Amazon allows you to basically, partner up with big name brands. So people don't know, but you can actually open up wholesale accounts with big brands like, for example, Nestle right here, or Tide, or
I didn't know that.
Clorox. These big brands that are already multi-million dollar, if not billion-dollar companies. You can open up wholesale accounts with them, purchase their products at wholesale, and sell them for retail on Amazon, and without having to ship or see the product as well, because Amazon has a service called Amazon FBA, where you can actually, let's say I order 1,000 units from Nike, right, at a wholesale rate, shirts.
Mhm.
Instead of having those 1,000 units shipped to me, to my house, I can have it shipped directly to Amazon's warehouse. Every time I get an order, Amazon ships it to the customer with Prime shipping. And that's actually how most of the products on Amazon like function. Really, Amazon only owns around 40% of the products on the website. The other 60% are owned by like third-party sellers like me.
Got
So,
you. Got you.
yeah.
I got mad questions though. So let's go back
Right.
to the wholesaling, 'cause
Mhm.
that's how you got started.
Drop shipping.
Drop shipping. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry. Drop
yeah.
shipping. So with drop shipping though, you say that you purchase the product.
Right.
I mean, the person purchased the product and then you purchase the product
Yeah.
with their money.
Yeah, so like traditionally, people teach buy low, sell high. That's like the the foundation of every business, right? But with drop shipping, it's sell high, buy low. So you're actually selling the product before you even go and buy it, which is why it allows people to get into it with low capital to start. And a lot of people think drop shipping is like some get rich quick scheme that came out of nowhere. But people have been doing this since like the 1900s. It's just a form of doing business. Just
I guess I'll be scared that somebody orders something from me and then I go buy it from the supplier and they're out.
right,
How
right.
do you how do you protect yourself from that situation?
So, that's all just communication, just being in touch with your supplier, knowing that he has inventory and just staying in touch with them. A lot of people, they don't do their due diligence before getting into the business. So that can mess you up, if you go and sell a lot of units, but your supplier doesn't even have those units to fulfill for you.
Mm,
So that's definitely something that, that I teach and tell people to prevent just from like just having a conversation with your supplier and knowing what units he has available, knowing what inventory, exactly how many units he has, and things like that.
got you. How many products do you currently drop ship?
So I really only have one. And I tell people all the time, like, you don't need to sell thousands of products to make a lot of money online. You really only need one good product to make over six figures
Mm,
because you only need one trendy product or one winning product, is what they call it, to make a lot of money online.
got you. So, what product is that if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, so I hop around from trend to trend. So like my
Okay.
first big product that I sold it's called a distance bracelet. So I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's basically a white beaded bracelet. And then it has one black bead on it, and then it's a black beaded bracelet with one white bead on it. And the whole concept of it is like, I guess like you give it to someone that you have a long distance relationship with, and therefore you're always like connected because you guys got like the beads
Oh,
or
you got some
whatever.
old psychological stuff going
Yeah,
on.
yeah. So
Okay.
it's like it's just a relationship product, right?
Okay.
And
Emotional.
yeah, exactly. And when people are shopping on social media like Facebook and Instagram, they don't have the intent to buy anything, right? They're on these apps because they want to see what their friends are doing or they're bored. But if they see something that triggers them emotionally, they will make an impulse purchase. So products like that do well, and that was my first, big hitter. I was buying it from my supplier for like $1, and I was selling it for like $10, and that product did like $45,000 in sales in like 2 months. And this was back when I was working at LA Fitness. So
Got you.
yeah,
So, how did you discover that specific product though? You know what I mean? Like that's
right.
not something that I would purchase as a consumer, so I would find it hard for me to have interest. You know what I mean? So what type of research are you doing that you landed and said, "Hey, there's opportunity here."
Right. So the way I came across that product is, just using my Instagram like everyone else, and I saw an ad of this bracelet. So the first time I saw the ad, I didn't really think anything of it. I knew about drop shipping at the time, so I kind of knew that it was a drop shipping ad, and I knew someone was making money with this product, but I didn't think anything of it. A couple months went by, and I kept seeing the same ad,
Mm.
and you just really have to like have common sense and think about that if someone's running an ad for months and months and months, that
They
ad
winning
is
with it.
making them money,
Right, right,
right?
right, right,
They're not
right.
gonna spend money on Facebook ads if the ad isn't making them money, especially for a long period of time. So I kept seeing the ad after months, and I was like, okay, they have to be making money from this bracelet. Let me see if it's possible for me to source this same product. So I went on AliExpress, which is like basically like a wholesale version of Amazon.
Mhm.
Any trendy product that you see on social media, you'll be able to find it on that site because that's where like all the manufacturers listings, all the manufacturers from like China mainly, but different countries overseas as well. So I looked up that bracelet. I just typed in distance bracelet and saw if and tried to see if I could find the same one. And instantly I found the same one, like bunch of suppliers selling that same exact bracelet. So I was like, okay, it's on here for like $1, $2. And then I went to the actual brand's website and they were selling it for like $27. So I was like, dang, these guys making a stupid margin on this bracelet, right?
Wow.
So I just figured, I was like, okay, I think even though I don't really know what I'm doing, I think if I come into the game and sell this exact same product that's proven to sell because they're making money from it, and I make an ad similar to theirs, and I already know it's working because I'm literally seeing it on my feed. I see the comments of people commenting, "Where's my order?" or like, "Just got mine," and things like that. Like I'm seeing that
Mm.
it's working. Have the exact same. I have access to the exact same product that they're selling. Why can't this work for me? if I just price it better, or if I just make my ad a little better, or if I just maybe target the right people. So that's exactly what I did. I built a Shopify store, which Shopify, it comes with a free 14-day trial. So I just did the free trial, built a little site, put that one product on there, and literally my first day I did like $100 in sales, and that $100 turned to 200, 300. Within a week, I was doing like $1,000 a
Were you
day.
doing your own Facebook ads?
Yeah.
Got you.
So,
Okay.
but the thing is, like, I was reinvesting all the money that I was making. So, like, the first time that I made $100 online, I took whatever profit I had made from that $100, and I paid this YouTuber that I was watching at the time for a coaching call to teach me Facebook ads, because I didn't know what I was doing. I was learning as I was going. I was running ads, but I didn't really
Mm.
know how to run ads. I was just like
How much you
clicking
paid? How
buttons.
much you paid that?
At the time, it was like $50. It was cheap, $50 for like a 1 hour call.
Oh, you robbed him.
Yeah, nah. I did. Because literally the Facebook ad strategy that he taught me was what got me to $1,000 a day, and
How quick did you get to $1,000 a day?
like within a week.
Oh shit, life's changing real fast.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
went humbly from $400 to $1,000 a day.
Right. That same week, I quit my LA Fitness job, and I didn't have a lot of money.
Your
But
energy was bad. You
yeah,
was at work with bad energy, bro. Because
right,
the
right.
braces was banging. They probably thought you was lying. But no, go ahead. You were saying.
It was just like I quit my job not because I had a lot of money or I thought I was gonna make a lot of money or anything, but it was just because I had the proof of concept, and that's all I needed. All I
Mm.
needed was a confirmation that this worked, because for the longest, I feel like all entrepreneurs, they go through a stage in their life where you're like, you kind of feel crazy because no one believes you except yourself. Like you
No doubt.
like you
No doubt.
only believe in yourself. No one believes in you except you.
They laughed at me when I was telling them I was about to sell hair extensions.
Yeah, exactly, right? So it's like you kind of have to be so optimistic about what you're doing to the point where you're kind of illusional a little bit.
Mm.
So it was like I was into this dropshipping thing. I was telling my friends about it. They weren't really hearing it. Mom wasn't hearing it. She's like, go to school. I wasn't telling anyone about my job about it because I just didn't want to hear what they had to say. And when it started working, I was like, all right, I just proved to myself, which is all I need, that this works. So I know if I put my 100% into this, like this could really change my life, or I could do this for the rest of my life. So um, I knew that I couldn't go 50-50, like 50 in my job and then 50 in this,
Fair enough.
to take it to the level that I wanted to take it. So I took my last paycheck from my LA Fitness job. It was like a couple $100s. And then I just put it into ad spend, and I just kept recycling the revenue. And that this is what I like about dropshipping too, is like, let's say you make $500 today, that money is deposited into your account the very next day. So I was just literally like making sales and recycling that money, putting it back into ad spend, and
That's good to
just
know.
living off that business cash flow and just building and building and building.
Got you. So now I gotta get into some of your background. Where you at? Who you got your own apartment? Like, what's your like personal situation like right now?
All right, yeah. So right now I live a little outside of Atlanta.
No. I'm sorry. During this situation,
during
when
this
you're
time?
building your business.
Okay, yeah. So as soon as I graduated from, so my parents, I'll go back a little more. My parents, they're from Nicaragua.
Okay.
So it's a
Hablas español.
sí, un poquito.
Okay, yo soy panameño.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, bro, why you looking weird over here? Well, go ahead though. So go ahead. You were telling us.
Yeah, so my parents, they're from Nicaragua, a small country in Central America. They came here when they were like 18 years old. Around when I was like 5 years old, my parents got divorced. So I've always been with my mom and my two little brothers. And like for the longest, literally I never went to a school for more than a year. Like I'd go to a school and then move to a different school, go to a school, move to a different school. And it was always because, my mom was just getting different jobs, or we'd go from apartment to apartment. So for the longest, I've always seen my mom work so hard, but not make a lot of money. And at a very young age, I understood that working hard doesn't equal making a lot of money.
Facts.
So I never wanted to work hard, right? Because I understood that it doesn't bring you, just because you work hard doesn't mean that you're gonna make a lot of money. And I think a lot of people don't understand that.
Mm.
But that was kind of my situation growing up, just always moving around with my mom, being the oldest brother, and then just seeing her work really hard and just wanting to provide, but I didn't know what exactly I could do to make that happen. When I graduated from high school, my mom moved again to Ohio just because she couldn't afford to live in the area of Georgia that we were living at the time. So her and my brothers moved to Ohio. They're still over there right now. And the plan was for me to go to this community college called Georgia Gwinnett College because my grades weren't the best either because I wasn't interested in grades in high school either. Like
So you
I,
ain't want to work hard.
nah,
You ain't want to work on your grades.
nah.
Your attitude was real lazy right about now.
It was lazy, but I
I'm
was more
teasing.
into working smart.
I'm teasing.
Yeah,
All right. So they're up there. You're down here.
yeah.
Okay. So what happened in college?
So in college, I literally went for like half a semester, and I was like, yeah, like I'm not interested into what I'm learning, and I don't see how this is gonna make me
What were you
successful.
majoring in?
Computer science.
Got you.
At the time, I was real big into crypto, and I still am. So this is like 2017, and I was like, all right, so I guess if I have to go to college, I'm gonna get into computer science. I want to learn how to code. I want to code some blockchain. I want to do something crypto wise. That was like my
Gotcha.
goal at the time. And then I realized, I was talking to my I forget what they call it. It's still those people in college that basically tell you like what you need to do to
Counselor?
graduate. Yeah, something like that, right? So they were showing me, they were like, yeah, you need to
Career
take
coach.
they're like, you need to take this math class, this math class, this math class. And I was already horrible at math. So like literally at that meeting in my head, I was like, all right, like, yeah, it's not gonna work. Like, I'm not gonna see this through.
So what happened next?
So next, I got a job in an Amazon warehouse. So in Jefferson, Georgia.
Got
And
you.
I was working from 6 p.m. to 4 a.m. while still going to school. But eventually I was like, all right, I gotta pick one. So I was like, all right,
You got
now
your own spot down here?
down where?
Down here in Atlanta?
Now?
No,
At
during
the
this time. Yeah.
So during this time when my mom moved to Ohio, I went to stay with my cousin. So I was
Okay.
just living with my cousin. He had a guest room. It was close to the community college, so I was just chilling there for now. And I was working this Amazon job from 6 p.m. to 4 a.m. every day. Eventually, I had to drop out of school because I couldn't do both. So I dropped out of school, and I was just stacking money, just working there and trying to figure out. I knew I wasn't gonna work there forever. Like I knew that real quick. Real quick, just loading them semi trucks with these Amazon boxes. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this for forever.
That's
My
funny.
back hurts. And I'm 20. Like,
I got you.
so I was just trying to figure out a plan, and then I just kept seeing all these just brands being shipped out, like or being stored in this warehouse, like small brands, right?
Got you. So that
That
stimulated.
kind of sparked it. I was like, okay, like
Yeah.
these people are making money on Amazon. Like they're not no like big brands that I've heard about before. There's these small brands, but like they're moving units. Like I'm moving their units for them in these semi trucks, right? So I didn't get into Amazon because I discovered that you actually need like at least $1,000 to get into the game, and I didn't have that.
Understood.
But it sparked my interest of making money online, and that's when I discovered dropshipping. So I used to take every single Amazon check and just like buy different courses or just throw it into Facebook ads and try to just learn by doing. And eventually, I found that distance bracelet product, and that's what got me out of that job.
Got you.
Yeah.
So now let's get back to it. We go back to the distance bracelet. Did it ever get fatigued?
Yeah, it got fatigued real quick because I didn't know what I was doing.
And for those who don't understand, it means that, okay, obviously he started selling it, he started ramping up his sales, and then it came a point where he didn't make $1,000 a day. So
Right.
now you're making less and less revenue on the product. What's your mindset like when you're not selling as many, and what move do you make?
Yeah, so at the time, like I'm not gonna lie, like when I was making $1,000, going from like working at Amazon, and shortly I left Amazon and I started working at LA Fitness because I just couldn't do 6 p.m. to 4 a.m. every day. But going from like working those jobs to making that $1,000 a day, which turned out to be like around like $300 in profit a day, that was like a big switch for me. And at the time, I wasn't really thinking smart about it. Like I was spending a lot of money.
It was lit.
Yeah, it was lit. At the time, I
what
was just
I'm
like,
saying?
and I thought it was just gonna last forever.
How old are you at this time?
I was like 19.
Okay, at least you couldn't go to a strip club and spend it there.
Right. So, I was just like you said, I was lit. I was like, dang, like this is what having an online business feels like. Like I'm waking up
To money.
to money. Like I wake up and I'm at like $500 in sales. Like I'm driving and I hear the Shopify cha-chings while I'm driving. I'm like, damn, I'm making money like everything I'm doing.
Yes.
So I
You
was
can't
just
you'll never be the same after that.
yeah, I was and it that's why like most entrepreneurs I feel like are lazy
Okay.
because this type of like online businesses make you lazy, but they make you smarter. I feel like being lazy isn't a bad thing because when you're lazy, you think smarter and you learn how to leverage, and that
Mhm.
actually makes your business more powerful and more prominent. So
Gosh, that's how the rich live, brother. They leverage, you know what I'm saying? They invest that and allow, and collect a percentage from it.
yeah, exactly. So
All right. So what happens when the bracelets start to get fatigue in sales?
yeah, so it starts fatiguing. So I go from like 1,000 a day to 900 a day, then 800 and 700. Just slowly just starts going down and down and down. And I realized like, okay, this product's about to die. Like my Facebook ad costs are going high. Again, I'm still actively like paying for like mentorship and stuff.
So you don't go too far. When you say your Facebook ad, costs are getting high, that means that you're having to put in more money to acquire a customer.
All right. So like, let's say when I first started the business, I was paying maybe $2 per purchase. Like I was putting $2 into Facebook ads to get a $10 sale. So, obviously that's healthy, but then it starts going up, $3 cost to purchase, four, five, six, all the way to it's eight, nine. Now I'm losing money because
Mhm.
of shipping, taxes, fees, different payment processing fees, things like that. So once I saw it going up like that, I just immediately, went back to the roots. I started looking for another product. I was like, all right, this product's about to die. I need to find another product. Um, and luckily at the time, I had friends that were seeing me doing what I was doing, and they all wanted me to teach them, and I was teaching them. So I had like partnership stores with them. I wasn't charging them because they were the homies,
Right,
but
right.
I had, equity into what they were
There it
doing,
is.
right?
There it is.
So I was making money from the products that they were selling on their stores as well. So that kind of kept me afloat too. But eventually I did find another product,
Okay.
and I don't remember exactly what the product was. I think it was like a back posture corrector. So it's like this thing you put on, it straightens your posture. A lot of
Gotcha. I
us need
remember
it.
that. Where it
Yeah.
holds your shoulders back.
All right.
Yeah, I need
Right.
that shit today, bro.
So like that was another big hit. And the thing is, what people don't realize about drop shipping is like once you find one product, that could really like secure your income for like 6 to 12 months if you don't know what you're doing. So like the bracelet sold for like 4 months. I didn't know what I was doing. But like with what I know now, I probably could have made that product last like a year or maybe
Mm.
2 years.
What would you do differently today to make it last 4 years? Because it's a big difference.
Right. So basically, one, I'd be omnipresent. At the time, I was only running Facebook ads, and I didn't even know really how to run Facebook ads.
What's
Um,
omnipresent
Being
mean?
omnipresent just means being on multiple social platforms. So not just like restricting yourself to Facebook ads. Being on Instagram as well. Now we got TikTok. At the time, TikTok wasn't around,
Right.
but now we got TikTok. We got Twitter. We got influencers that play a big game in the e-commerce world. A lot of brands, they just do influencers. They don't even mess with the ads,
Hmm.
and they're successful. So,
So I made my wealth like that.
mhm,
So I leveraged YouTube models to
okay,
model my hair. And
yeah.
so, people with big followings to reap the benefit from it.
Yeah, exactly. Like YouTube's a big social media platform as well,
So
and
you
it's
use influencers on YouTube as well?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, got you.
YouTube's like a search engine. It's like a Google.
Mm,
People go on there, and what people don't understand is like if you pay a YouTube influencer to make a video about you, that video stays up forever because they're not going to delete that video. So that video is getting views literally
for
every single
life.
day, and it's a SEO play because if someone types your brand's name on Google, those YouTube videos will pop up too.
Got you.
So
So SEO, for those who don't know, is search engine optimization. So let's say, for instance, you were to look up William um, Rivera. This podcast may come up because of the how Google analyzes,
mhm.
William's name and anything that he has associated with his name that's on the internet.
Yeah,
Got you.
exactly. So just, being on those different social media platforms, if I would have known, would have probably made the bracelet last longer, as well as branding. I didn't know about branding back in the day. So when I was drop shipping, I was just, literally getting that product from overseas and selling it. Like I didn't care what the packaging looked like. I didn't care about the brand image, none of that. So branding it and actually creating an exciting brand that people were passionate about buying from again and again.
I got to dive into that. what are some things that you could do with a bracelet to
Right.
really like create a customer experience, you know, to be better than just the average experience?
Right. So, you got brands like I don't know if you know about the brand Pura Vida, but they sell bracelets. But
Mm-mm.
the only difference between them and what I had is they have a brand. They have influencers that promote their bracelets, influencers that all do various different things that have their super fans. So when you have an influencer that has super fans and they promote a product, a lot of their following is going to move towards that brand as well. Like influencers are very powerful. So I can see
Mhm.
why your brand blew up using influencers, right? So that's one thing. Another thing is your brand can have a cause behind it. I forgot exactly
Mm.
what Pura Vida's cause is, but they donate a good percentage of everything they make to a good cause that resonates with their brand. So that's
Got you.
another thing too. People like that. People like being a part of a movement, right? And if
Mm.
your brand is that movement and you got a cause behind it, it just makes it even more like everlasting and powerful. So um,
Nice.
that's another thing. And then again, packaging and just the presentation of the product, improving the quality, all that stuff goes a long way. Um,
Now, packaging can get expensive.
right.
It seems minute, but when we gotta order packaging, you gotta order it in bulk sometimes,
Hmm.
to really make it make sense, right?
Right.
You know, how far are you going into packaging? You know what I mean?
I would say it just like you said, it just depends. If it's worth it to have good packaging, like if you know your customers, then do it. And you got to know your lifetime value of the customer to your LTV. So when I was drop shipping, I was focused on the one and done. Like, boom, you order from me, you probably never gonna order from me again. But I got my money, so I'm straight. Right. But when you're trying to build a brand though, you're focused on LTV. You're focused on making the experience so good that customer is not gonna buy one product from you. They're gonna keep coming back and buying
Mm,
more and more and more and more. Kind of like Gymshark. Gymshark's built a huge brand with influencers. They strictly only used
strictly influencers.
influencers,
Yes,
right?
sir.
And then they did the affiliate model where their influencers had a code. They would promote their code. They would make their 15%, whatever. But Gymshark's clothes were actually, good quality. They had a good brand, good presentation. If you order a shirt from Gymshark, odds are you're gonna order another shirt and then
Facts.
maybe some pants, maybe, other things. You're not just gonna order one thing from them and never come back.
Facts. I'm in this mentorship where one of the pillars that the gentleman said that really help brands grow is the branding piece, and he referred to Apple
Right.
packaging. He was just like, most people keep their box
Mhm.
for so long because it's such a nice box. And, I'm guilty of that. I try
Yeah.
to throw it away for, after a couple months. But he made reference that his daughter kept like boxes ever since she had an iPhone. And it was just like, yeah, I can see that because I store old stuff in there. And it's such a sturdy box
Right.
that you feel like I'm gonna figure out some use for this. You know what I'm saying? So
Aesthetic goes a long way. I mean,
yeah.
we live in a world where people, you order something at a restaurant, first thing people do is take a picture of their food, right? If your
Mm.
product looks good, if the presentation looks good, every time someone buys an iPhone, MacBook, boom, picture, the bag or the
Yeah,
box,
no
right?
doubt.
Because it looks good. So just by having a product that looks good and that's aesthetically pleasing, you're gonna get that exposure out there of your own customers promoting it for you.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. All right. So today, you still only have one product?
Yeah, I mean, today, because I have a program, so Ecom Degree University. So because I have a program and I have over 3,000 students in there, where basically I teach them exactly how I've grown my business, I've formed a lot of partnerships through that community. I have a lot of people that,
Mm.
they find a product because I'm teaching them the product research methods that I've used to find products. They're literally finding products and then they're coming to me like, yo, Will, like, I found this product. This is where I'm at with it. I'm trying to scale and I have like a system set up to where it's like if you're passing all of these metrics, like if you're getting like this many orders a day, if this is what your product's like, then I have an opportunity where like I can partner with them and help them scale. So like
Nice.
now I don't really do a lot of product research, things like that. My students kind of bring the products to me and I help them
Mm.
scale, and then we just do like profit split things like that. So
What's the profit split on something like that?
so something like that would be like if a student comes to me with a store that's already bringing in revenue, it's a good product, we kind of do like an 80-20 deal where I'd take 20% of the pure profit, not revenue, and I would help them scale as far as like Facebook ads. If they need more capital to get inventory, things like that, I would help with things like that as well.
Got
Yeah,
you, got you. Now, you talked about product research.
right.
What are some strategies that you use for product research?
So right now, one of my favorite strategies is using TikTok because TikTok is the biggest social media app right now as far as like being first on things that go viral. Literally TikTok is new brands are blowing up on TikTok every single day. And
Mm.
old brands are reviving themselves using TikTok every single day. So
I'm 40. I'm about to revive myself on TikTok, bro.
so wait, does your brand do TikTok at all? The
So
hair
no,
brand?
we don't. We don't. We don't. Mike talked about it. You know what I mean? We don't.
Sheesh, yo, wild.
There it is. There it is.
But
Hey,
yeah, so TikTok, one strategy you can use if you're looking for products is just use the hashtag. If you go on TikTok and do hashtag TikTok made me buy it, it's gonna filter your whole feed to only show you creators on there that are promoting different types of products. And if they're promoting these products, it's mostly paid promotions. And a lot of times you'll kind of see the same products and you'll be able to see like the views on each video. So you'll know what's going viral and what's not. And then you just do your research, right? If you type in hashtag TikTok made me buy it and you see a product a couple different times, now go on AliExpress, see if that product's available over there, see how much it costs over there, go to the brand that the TikTok influencer is promoting, see how much they're selling it for, see what their profit margin's looking like, and then see if you can enter the market. But I mean, now you already see what type of, ads they're doing. You're seeing like how much it costs, what they're selling it for. And that's a quick way to like find a product that you can come in and sell yourself. That's one method, right? Um, Another method is literally you can a lot of people don't know, but you can turn your Instagram profile, like your feed, you can turn it into like a product research machine that does all the work for you. And the way you do this is a lot of us when we see ads, we skip them, right? We just scroll past them. But Facebook is a machine. Like Facebook ads is a
no
machine
doubt.
that runs off algorithms, right? So if you're into entrepreneur stuff, most of the time when you're on your feed, you're probably gonna see a lot of like make money stuff, motivational stuff, entrepreneur stuff. If you're into sports, you'll scroll through your feed, you'll see ESPN, Sports Center,
All day.
because that's just what Instagram and Facebook has designed to do. Like it shows you things based on your interests,
Interest.
but you
Mhm.
can actually like manipulate that. So if you like, let's say you come across a drop shipping ad, you come across like an ad of a product, whatever. If you want to turn your Instagram to a product research machine, like all those ads, like them, and even comment on them. After you've liked and commented on a couple ads that are trying to sell you products, Instagram and Facebook's only going to show you those. So now you've turned your Instagram feed to literally every time you scroll past a couple pictures of your friends, it's a drop shipping ad. Then boom, another drop shipping ad. So now you literally have a free product research machine because all these drop shippers that are doing all this work, finding these products, running these ads, you're seeing everything that they're running
Mm.
because
So that's
Facebook,
basically telling me who's doing what and how they're
yeah,
doing it.
because Facebook thinks you're interested in those types of like products and things like that. So they're gonna keep showing it to you.
Got you. Got you. 3,000 students.
Right.
How long you been teaching?
I started my program back in 2018. Very recently though, we started growing like exponentially.
What was the difference in your growth?
Just the business model that I went through, like just acquisition. Like now I'm getting like 100 to 200 new students a week because I do a free training every Sunday. So I used to not do these free trainings. I used to think people would just come, and I mean they did, just because of like the stuff I post on YouTube, and we have thousands of testimonials, so those speak for themselves. But now, I realize that there's a lot of people out there that they need to be because it's a far-fetched concept, making money online with drop shipping and Amazon wholesale. And a lot of people don't believe that it can be done. So now every single
It's
Sunday,
intimidating.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And I understand because I used to feel like that. Like when I was working at Amazon and I would see these people doing it, I was skeptical. And that's why I talk about like once I made my first sale, I had that confirmation where I was like, oh wow, this is real. But because I was skeptical the whole time that I was doing it, and I had to like convince myself that I wasn't crazy or like that I wasn't doing some BS, right?
Right,
So
right.
like I understand why people feel like that. So every single Sunday I do a free training where I basically show show you how to do everything from A to Z. And those trainings have helped a lot of people understand how to execute the business model. A lot of people have been getting crazy results just from that free training alone.
When you say crazy results, what are some crazy results that you hear from some of your students?
Yeah, so like one of my boys, he actually tagged me in a story today. He just started selling on Amazon, and he's doing around like $3,000 a week on Amazon right now. He
Nice.
just got started. I have multiple people that have started and done over six figures already. I
And
even
so
have,
when you're using these numbers, are we talking about revenue or profits?
yeah, revenue. So this dude that's doing $3,000 a week, it's like with around like a 20% margin.
Okay.
So like maybe like,
600 bucks.
yeah, a
That ain't
week.
bad though for starters.
And he's not touching a product, he's not shipping. It's just, Amazon just gives him a check every 2 weeks.
Now, that's dope. I so when we talking about Amazon though, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel that the supplier on AliExpress
Right,
today can go on Amazon and sell the same product.
right.
Do you see that happen often to where you may be in a position to where like you're in competition with the supplier?
So that happens all the time, right? So the reason why that doesn't affect me is because I don't sell using AliExpress suppliers on Amazon. I don't sell private label. So what you're talking about is private label.
Okay.
I know 90% of Amazon sellers sell private label.
Right.
If you don't know what private label is, it's basically when you source products from AliExpress, put your brand on them, and then list them on Amazon.
Mhm.
That's what 90% of Amazon sellers do. And the reason why, and don't get me wrong, a lot of people are making a lot of money doing that. And you make more money doing that than doing wholesale, which is what I do. But it's way harder to be successful at private label
Why you say that?
because you're creating a brand and you're listing an unknown brand of a generic product on Amazon, and you're starting out from scratch. You have zero reviews. No one's bought from you on Amazon before. You're not on page one of Amazon. It's like creating a website and expecting to be on page one of Google. Nah, you on page 1,000 of Amazon, right? So you got to run traffic to your listing. Like even though you're on Amazon and even though there are millions of people shopping on Amazon every day, you got to run ads to your listing to get some type of sales, or like you got to get a TikTok influencer to be like, oh, I bought this on Amazon. Like, go check it out. You got to get some type of traffic to your listing to start building momentum to the point where you're getting organic sales like these 6, 7, 8 figure Amazon sellers that do that business model, right? So that's why it's hard. Me, I do wholesale, which is what like 10% of Amazon sellers are doing. And it's basically where you partner with big name brands,
Mhm.
buy their products wholesale, list them on Amazon and sell them. The reason why this is easier is because let's say, for example, let's say I open up a wholesale account with Nestle, right? Nestle Pure Life. Nestle, if I search this on Amazon, they're already on page one because they're a multi-million dollar, if not billion-dollar company. They already have hundreds of thousands of reviews because they've probably been on Amazon forever. And also, Amazon, it's not like, let's say there's 15 sellers selling this water bottle, right? Amazon isn't a platform where it's going to be like Nestle from seller one, Nestle from seller two. Like, it's going to be one listing. It's only going to be one Nestle listing on there. And when you click on it, it's going to have all the sellers on that one listing. And the way Amazon works is as long as everyone's selling at the same price and everyone has similar shipping speeds, they cycle the sales amongst all the sellers. Meaning if this listing
Mm.
is getting 10,000 orders a month and there's 10 sellers on that listing selling that same product, each seller is going to be doing around 1,000 orders a month.
Got you. Now,
And you don't have to run ads because you're selling these products from these big brands that are already spending millions on advertising for you. They're already spending money on commercials. They're already number one on Amazon. They already have reviews, and people are already going on Amazon searching to buy these products
Jazzy
because
3.
they're
I'm
well
sorry. I'm
known.
sorry. I'm sorry. Jazzy 3. His audio. Make sure his audio is good. Um, so real quick though, what is the benefit to Nestle to sell
Right.
to you versus sell their own product? Why would I wholesale if I have a product that I spent millions and millions and millions of dollars to advertise over, I mean, man, years?
Mhm.
Why would I wholesale it to you when I know I could just get all my full margin through the platform?
Right. It's the same reason why the United States buys everything from China, right? So it's like, instead of Nestle going on Amazon and listing their product and marketing their product and selling it, they'd rather just manufacture it for whatever the cost they're manufacturing it, which is very, very low, and then sell it to a wholesaler like me, and then they make their profit margin off rip, and then
Understood.
I go and try to sell it to these consumers on Amazon because they would make basically the same profit margin on Amazon. It like let's say for example they want to make $10 per bottle, they could just sell it for that wholesale rate to someone like me and then have me try to go and sell it for more on Amazon.
Got you.
It just makes more sense for them to manufacture it, and instead of them listing 1,000 units on Amazon and seeing them sell one by one, they could just manufacture 1,000 units and have someone like me buy those 1,000 units like off rip like that.
Instantly.
Yeah.
Got you.
So it's just volume. It's a volume thing. And there's a lot of brands out there that have literal departments dedicated to wholesale. Like,
Mm,
if you go on a website and like any brand's website and you scroll down, most of them have a wholesale tab. They have
got you.
departments that are dedicated to moving units fast to people like me.
Got you. So the next question is, when you have the Nestle brand going and you click it and you have all the sellers, does one seller get the benefit if they discount the price?
I mean, Amazon's more focused on customer experience. So Amazon's more focused on, they're not really focused on who has the lowest price. They're more focused on who has the fastest shipping. If you're doing FBA, you're going to have the fastest shipping. So FBA is like when you have your product stored into Amazon's warehouse. Because if your product's in Amazon's warehouse, that means you have prime shipping.
Got you.
It's-
What's FBA stand for?
FBA stands for fulfillment by Amazon.
Understood.
So
Understood.
yeah, and the thing is a lot of Amazon sellers, they know not to undercut each other. It's kind of like a golden rule
Okay.
because if let's say for example this is selling for $10, like a 24 pack of this or whatever, if someone comes in and sells it for and puts $9, every other seller is just going to undercut down to $9 as well. And if someone goes puts 8, everyone's just going to undercut to 8. So you're just everyone's just
You
losing
lose it because of
profit.
you, right?
Whereas if it's selling at $10, you can come in and just sell it at $10 as well, and
And just get in the
sales,
rotation.
yeah, you get in the rotation.
Got you. At what point do you not want to get in the rotation?
I mean, it varies. It varies depending on the product. Like, let's say for example, there's a product that's doing 100 units a month. If there's 10 sellers on that listing, that means everyone's doing 10 units a month. It's not really worth it. But if that listing's doing 100,000 units a month and there's 10 sellers on it, shit, if there's 100 sellers on it, right? You want to hop on that listing. So it
Got you.
just depends on the volume that the product's doing.
Got you. Got you. Got you. All right. Now, w- what what are some things that, some people listening could get from your school that they couldn't search on Google? Like, what are you teaching that makes your school stand out and has your student getting these type of results?
Yeah, so number one is like before you even invest in my program, I would say just come to my free training on Sunday.
Mm,
So my whole concept is my free training that I do on Sunday is better than 99% of these courses out here.
okay.
So my goal is to basically give you all the game on Sunday, have you make money with just that free game, and then if you want, you can reinvest that money back into ecom degree and then join the community.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, ecom degree is like the program. So
Okay.
the real value in ecom degree, I wouldn't say. I mean, of course, the program has made like multiple 6, 7 figure earners, but I would say it's the community itself. It puts you in a group chat with thousands of like-minded people, online hustlers, some of which are already making 6 figures on Amazon or 6 figures drop shipping or 7 figures drop shipping, 7 figures on Amazon. So it's like it just puts you in that group chat where like if you have a question, if you have a concern or whatever, someone's already been where you're at right now and has already taken that same program that you're about to take, and they're doing numbers. And
Got you.
you're in that atmosphere, you're in that
Power of
environment.
proximity.
Yeah, exactly. So, not only is it a step-by-step program, but the community's dope. We do Q&A calls as well, and
How often?
we do them like bi-weekly.
Okay.
And I'm getting ready to. I'm actually re-recording my whole program.
Okay.
I've been doing that. I'm almost done, just upping the production quality and all that. and that's going to be out by like next month. And
Okay.
then all of the current Ecom Degree members get free access to the newly revamped
So it's
program.
lifetime. It's a lifetime
Yeah,
program.
it's lifetime access.
Dope. Super dope.
So again, though, I'd highly recommend you just attend the free training and
Got
see
you.
what you can get out of that.
Hit the class,
Yeah,
get
yeah,
your bread up,
yeah,
come back and reinvest it. You know what
exactly.
I mean? I like that model. Go ahead and make some money with the ideas I'm giving you. Therefore, therefore your proof is out there now. And then when they execute,
Right, right.
then you can scale them up.
It's a win-win because it's like if you attend and you actually implement what I teach you, you're gonna make money. And then if you do implement it and you do make money, you're gonna be more comfortable spending money with me because I've already taught you something for free that worked.
No, no
So
doubt, no doubt. Where can they get access to this class as far as like what's the name of the website?
yeah, you can go to ecomdegreeworkshop.com and that's the link for the free training.
Gotcha. ecomdegree.com.
ecomdegreeworkshop.com.
My bad. So what I'm gonna do with you, if you're cool with it, I'll put a link under this video,
Yeah, for
therefore they can
sure.
access it. All right. Now, gotta ask this, man. So what's your relationship with real estate?
Yeah. So, I mean, I want to get into real estate. I haven't really dove into it that much. I've done like two fix and flips,
I
but
saw when you first got your first one.
yeah, my first one I did was in Jonesboro, Georgia.
Okay.
It was like a 2-3. But those fix and flips, I wasn't really that involved. I was more so just like just being mentored through it.
Okay.
And I was more of like an investor.
Okay.
But I want to get my hands dirty on my next one,
Okay. Okay.
and
Okay.
really
So
get
how was
involved.
that? How'd you get involved with that project? You know, like did you have somebody that found the project? Was like, yo, I need some money. You
Yeah.
want in?
So one of my good friends from high school, his name's Eric. He's a realtor, and he recently got into investing, and he found a property himself, and he kind of we work out together and stuff. So he just kind of came to me. He was like, "Yo, like you want to invest in this deal with me?" And it was his first deal, so I was like, "All right, let's
Oh,
do
that's
it."
a learning experience for
Yeah,
both
yeah,
of you.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So I was like, "Let's do it." And then I went to the property with him, and he was just breaking everything down with me because he's in the trenches. He's already since that this was like in April. I think he's on his like fifth deal now.
Oh, he's aggressive.
Yeah, yeah.
I
So
got you.
so he broke everything down to me, and then we just did everything step by step, and that it turned out good. I think we bought the crib for like 150 or 160, ended up selling for like 230.
Got you. How much you put into it?
We only put in like 15K into it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
It
that's a
was just
first
it was just a quick like new
cosmetic.
cabinets, new floor, things like that. Nothing crazy.
Got you. Got
Paint.
you. So then you said you got another one that you did in between there.
Yeah, and then the other one we did was the same deal, same area, just different house, same pricing, and it sold for pretty much the same.
Would you take out of your experience? What you learn in those first two experiences flipping those two cribs?
Thing that I learned is having a good team is everything. Just having like a good guy that does the paint, good guy that does the floors. Um, Not necessarily always going with maybe a general contract. I don't know what your experiences are with maybe general contractors, but we kind of have a guy that does like we have a floor guy, we have a paint guy, and we just have them all working at the same time, and it just seems like everything gets done quicker. I
Got you.
mean, I'm
There's
still
steps to it. There's steps
I'm
to
still
it.
a rookie,
Cause you
so
can't be painting while
I'm
they laying down floors.
yeah,
Your
yeah.
paint, I mean, your floor is gonna have splat all over them. You know what I mean? You
Has
got
that
paint
happened to
first.
you?
Um, so I think that I had a great general GC to where he's my mentor. Believe it or not, I pay him, but he mentors me. Therefore, throughout the time, he's, he has a way of doing things, and
Right.
so that's big. I've inherited those steps. But I always ask why you're doing it. Why are you doing this first? But so now I always ask why. So now every time he does something, he tells me why he's doing it
Yeah.
naturally. And over 7 years, I've been able to just understand the proper way to get done because I've been successful with it. When I get new guys, I then tell them the order I want it done in, and I tell them why. And sometimes that works. Sometimes when I walk away, they want to do their own thing, and that's when we at times maybe clash on that. But for me, I use the same system. So I'm a buy and hold investor. I don't flip as much. I do flip, but I'm not an aggressive flipper.
Right.
Just because, I'm like you. I like internet money.
Right,
You
right.
know what I mean? So the best thing for me though is to build. use rental properties to build generational wealth.
Nah, I hear you, man. Like, I was telling my boy too. I was like, fix and flips are cool, but they don't really interest me like that. You
Because
know?
we could get money quicker,
Yeah.
and you're focused on the speed and the velocity of your money.
Not exactly. Like when I look at the flip money and then I look at the online money, I'm like, okay, I'm already making, that type of money. I'm more interested in like passive income or like income that comes to me every single month, no
Yeah,
matter
yeah, no,
what.
no doubt, no doubt. And so that's so in the beginning, I was just like yourself. I had an e-commerce business, and then I basically was just like, man, I'm making money. I need to do something with it. I need to invest. But flipping, my first two flips took like 3 to 4 months. So to make 27,000 in 4 months, you could probably do 27,000 in a month.
Mhm.
Therefore, that wasn't the best choice or the best place for me to put my money into. So I did it a few times. I learned a lot, and that's when I decided to buy and hold. Therefore, as I'm making money, I could put some money back, make some money, put some money back by acquiring rental properties. And my goal was to over a lifetime, or when I'm ready to retire, basically acquire about 100 rental properties. That's my goal. It's because I have this vision of what I want my capital to look like, my cash flow to look like for life. So as I was doing that, I was putting money down on properties. So you could get as many rental properties as you want to. You just got to put 20% down. Any bank's gonna give you 80%. The only thing that your credit is going to be used for is for the interest.
Right.
So I was doing that. The market appreciated, so I got my money back out, luckily. But the way I teach people how to get free rental properties now is basically like, imagine, like we was talking, but imagine going into the gas station and you look at all the lottery tickets. There's houses everywhere. But being able to identify houses that you could get for free is like finding the winning lottery ticket. Me being able to tell you which one the lottery ticket is. I say all that to say that when I figured out how to get free rental properties, now I just focus in on getting properties that I could put my money into it, and at the end of the rehab, I get the money back to be able to apply it onto the next one and rinse and recycle the process.
Okay.
I use the same contractors. We use the same paint. We get the same windows, the same doors. We rinse and repeat. Now I don't have to be at the project as much because we're doing the same thing every time, except for maybe switching the flooring if the flooring's not available. So now I have a process that's working as my money's working for me, and that same money's working for me, and I'm recycling it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I could draw it out for you, imagine you had $20,000 to start with to start your first flip, and then you got a loan, a construction loan to do a rehab, a rental. I'm sorry. Imagine putting the money into it. Then when you're done, getting your money back, doing the same thing, getting your money back 5 times. Now, since you got your money back, that means you have about $20,000 equity in the property because the bank is going to give you 80%. So you follow me there?
Yeah.
So now, when you're done with 5 houses, you have $100,000 in equity, you have cash flow, you're getting tax deductions, and so much more. And you may be getting appreciation depending on what market you're in, and you got your money in your pocket,
Right.
and you're just going. That
That's
works
yeah.
versus putting 20% down on each one. You've put $100,000 of your money in, but it's not coming back out unless the market appreciates.
Right.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So that's kind of
Wealth.
like the move I'm on right now.
That's wealth.
Yeah. That's what the move I'm on. So, at Entrepreneur to Entrepreneur, we basically teach people how to find, acquire free rental properties, basically to build generational wealth and to be able to retire when they desire, man. So that's kind of what we got going on. Therefore, the income that people like you are making,
Right.
they understand how to basically like put it into some more cash flow, build some other streams, and build wealth, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I need to get my first rental like soon.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you feel about the market right now?
So here, the market's through the roof right now.
Yeah.
Here in Atlanta, it don't matter where you go, it's through the roof.
Right.
I think a lot of people are migrating here, especially. I was listening to the news. Yeah, you guys didn't shut down during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Therefore, people are still making money here. A lot of people were just kind of like stagnant or at home. The market for rental properties is great in the Midwest. Why do I say that? Because you can still buy a single family house for like 150.
Right. Yeah. I've actually been looking in the Midwest because, like I told you, my mom lives in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
So like I've been looking like
What
over
area?
there. She lives in Cincinnati.
Yeah,
So,
that's an hour and a half from the spot, from where I'm at,
oh,
man.
for real?
Yeah. So like Cincinnati is a good spot, you know what I
Right.
mean? But again, if you want to buy turnkey because you're far away, you could go look up turnkey real estate properties in those markets, and you could just put that money down. Now remember, you're leaving the money in there. I
Mhm.
like to do a little bit of rehab, therefore that I can get that money back and recycle it
Right.
and recycling and just keep it working.
Yeah, I'm looking for maybe doing like the rehab myself too,
Got you,
because
got you.
just to I know when you do the rehab on a property, you kind of like force the appreciation.
Boom. There it is.
So
And that's how you can in turn at the end refi to get your money back
right.
to then get a free property. Yeah, you already on you into it now. You think you're gonna stay down here in Atlanta for the most part?
Probably, yeah.
Got you, got you. Yeah. Like you say probably.
Probably because I'm
Anything goes because you got an
yeah.
e-commerce business.
Yeah, like I don't want to limit myself to just staying here.
Got
And
you,
then I'm young. I mean, like I could move,
got you,
Nothing's it's not gonna affect me if I move.
got
If
you.
if moving is the right move, then it's just I'm out.
Got you, got you. No doubt, no doubt. So before we end, man, I want to know something that I did not ask you about the e-commerce business that everybody should know.
Okay. Um I would say something that you didn't ask me that everybody should know about e-commerce is that you don't you don't have to, or you shouldn't reinvent the wheel like if you want to get started. And I think the easiest way to get started is by looking at someone else's success in the industry and just duplicating it and adding your twist.
Mm,
I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs, not just in e-commerce, but I think this applies to every business, but like a lot of people try to like just start from scratch with whatever they do when, success leaves clues. There's people out here already winning in every industry. And if you just look at what they're doing and just tweak it to your style a little bit, you can, reach success faster than you ever thought you could.
mm,
So
I
I think,
agree.
yeah.
I agree. I appreciate that,
And
man.
there's no reason to figure it out yourself either.
Ooh,
I think Warren Buffett or Charlie Munger said that you know, people, smart people, they learn from their mistakes, but the smartest people learn from the mistakes of others, right? You don't have to go through all those L's if
Mike is
you
watching me bust my head wide open.
do.
Literally, literally. I thank you for that gem, brother. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you blessing us, man. Man, you gave me a different perspective. You definitely in a different street of e-commerce that I'm in, but like what I've gotten from it though is that I got to get on TikTok. And Mike was over here looking like, "Yeah, bro, I told you." So we gonna get on that. I'm gonna holla at the team. Meanwhile, though, if you're looking to get started investing in real estate, man, make sure that you check out the mentorshipcalls.com. Basically, it's a community of investors where we team up Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. and we talk about wholesales, flips, deal analysis, acquisition strategies. I even have my lender on there coming on Wednesdays. To add, we have a book club, and you'll be able to network with like-minded individuals that aspire to get their first rental property and move forward. If you're interested, hit the mentorshipcalls.com, hit the link below. And again, thank you for watching another episode of First Generation Wealth Builders. Don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend. You know what I mean? This is where you find dope entrepreneurs and discover their relationship with real estate. Until then, see you on the other side. Huh? Oh, and his link's on the bottom, man. Go to the e-commerce school this Sunday. There it is. Peace.